Joel, would you like to apologise to Gareth Southgate yet?
I maintain that I have nothing to apologise for yet. Come back to me on Monday morning and we'll see. Because, boys,
we're in a European final.
Euros final for the second time in a row.
I'm going to be super hungover on Monday morning when we come in and do this show.
Disclaimer, we might not be in fantastic nick.
Do you generally think we will be lifting this on Sunday evening?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we should start with last night. I think generally much better performance, particularly in the first half. Second half was a pretty ordinary half from both teams. I guess the Netherlands probably had a couple more chances than we did.
They looked very dangerous from set pieces. That was the thing that was like, it felt like they were going to score from, and it was like sort of, don't foul them, because they basically won every first contact on every set piece, which was like weird to see from us because we're usually pretty sound from set pieces. But
we looked great going forward though. First half, a lot of the ball, attacking players actually looking like they had enough freedom to attack. We're pretty efficient defensively.
We probably had more shots in that game than probably the entire tournament.
We looked really good for it.
Good for the XG fans. Good for the XG fans.
Foden's little jinky majinky then gets blocked off the line.
Back on the jinky majinky.
No, but like Mainu in the first half.
Kobe Mainu.
Fair fucks to Mainu.
You are getting knighted after this tournament. That was
he was brilliant, man. His recoveries yesterday were just
and then when moving the ball forward, I thought he was brilliant as well.
The truth is Yamal versus Kobe Mainu. Honestly, they are the two.
That's the oddest matchup.
No, as in like Star Boys.
That's what the final is going to come down to.
Just Star Boys.
Like the newspaper head to head. It's not going to be Mainu and Yamal.
No, but like Star Boys wise, they're the truth.
I thought, if we're talking like in combined 11 talk, which we often do here, it's Saka Yamal. That's the Starboy chat, no?
Saka's getting old, man. The Starboy thing needs to stop.
Old.
It was only like 2 days ago that you were talking about how he won it for us against fucking...
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't win it, but what, are we going to call him Starboy at 30?
Like, oh no, he's not 30 though, is he? So
no, but guys, come on, like he's moving on. It's Kobe versus Yamal.
He's no finish.
But let's talk about Watkins and that finish.
What a goal.
Yeah.
That was...
What a goal.
Like, honestly, if someone deserves it, it's actually him. Like,
all of them do to an extent, but I think his story is great.
For him to have had his moment, to come on again with 9 minutes to go and to win the game, and look, that couldn't have been any further in the corner if he wanted to.
Honestly,
from that angle as well.
I genuinely thought when I saw him back against goal, I said, "Yeah, cool, just go into extra time. He's not scoring.
I think
he swivels and shoots.
He wanted a corner out of it.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
He was like, if I can get this across goal." Either the defender blocks it and it goes out for a corner, or the keeper pushes it away
and rebound.
And obviously he is aiming for that corner, but it was like the sweetest strike.
Well, the look on his face says it all. He did not expect it. The look on his face, didn't know what to do with himself, did he?
Honestly, what a moment though! Incredible. That is what major tournaments are just the best for. It's just like total euphoria. It was ridiculous. Like everyone in the country is watching it basically, and it was just like special to see him do it.
I said at the end of the group stage that this Euros, in terms of like clutch moments late on in the game, this is the best Euros there's ever been.
Oh, basically
and
4 for 4.
Trend has absolutely continued, particularly with England into the knockout stages as well.
But that leads us perfectly onto: do you think our luck is running out?
It's not luck.
Guys, come on.
There's no such thing as luck in football. Actually, it's like there are patterns and we are consistently just scoring late goals.
Yesterday was our best performance. And to be honest, look, we're up against a team who have been brilliant all the way through. And look, they're a very, very good team. They dispatched France with relative ease the other night. They looked really good against them, did the same to Germany. If you're going through to a final to play a very good team like Spain, you want to be going in hitting form, peaking form.
Agreed.
We've not been great at all. I've spent most of this competition saying how bad we've been. But last night was... It's not
like you to moan at all.
I know. But last night was our best performance. And to be honest, I said to you off camera, we haven't had a game yet where we've played well the entire game. We've had halves that have played well. Sunday is a hell of a game to decide that you're going to play well both first and second half. And to be honest, as we said on the last episode,
I don't think we played bad in the second half.
Anyone can win a cup final.
But one thing, and that's a great point, one thing where I do think Spain will actually destroy us is actually just playing out the back. We couldn't handle Netherlands like playing out the back, and when we pressed, they got out majority of the time.
I think we'll be fine because I think yesterday showed like when we have to, like when it was 1-1, the game went into this sort of like chess where it was sort of neither team wanted to make a mistake. And I think there'll be periods in the game where it won't be fun to watch, but we'll just hold out. Because, like yesterday, it's not a Rice error, but he maybe could do better. He sort of slips up and it happens. And it's a great finish.
An unbelievable strike, yeah.
Really, Pickford's been beaten for pace more than anything.
This is 116 kilometres an hour.
And he's going fast, and he's unsighted that side of the defender. So I sort of understand why he didn't save it. Maybe you could say
I think he should have done better.
Yeah, and also he has little arms.
Yeah, famously little arms.
Yeah,
apparently.
I personally think he should have done better, but I do get why he got beaten.
It's going really fucking fast.
Yeah.
To and rising as well. And I think, look, maybe could have done, but it's fine. We have not been broken down properly all tournament, really. Maybe the Slovakia goal, but overall, maybe the Slovakia and Switzerland goals actually. But we can the one that I worry about most is that edge of the box shot. It's happened quite a few times over the last few years, where France, the way we got knocked out was just a bit of space on the edge of the box, and a good player has put the ball in the corner.
That's just about getting out to your man and closing down, though, isn't it?
But I mean, if it keeps happening, there's a reason for it. It might be just we're playing with Rice in front and quite an expansive three around him in Mainu, Bellingham and Foden, and he's sort of there on his own, so it doesn't help him. But yeah, I think we'll do okay. I think Spain will be tough, don't get me wrong, but I think we've got it in us to sort of stifle them. I think, and we can make a game boring, and against a team like Spain who want to play expansive football, being able to shut them down is half the battle.
As you said off air, though, as well, getting out and dealing with Rodri is the first thing. That's where everything is going to start with Spain, as it does every single game. If you deal with Rodri, you nullify probably quite a lot of the threat, but we are also going to have to be absolutely bang on it.
I don't know. I do think we're going to get beat.
It's 4 days of nerves now, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's basically it.
I do think we're going to get beat. I just think the quality... England have better quality player for player, but just the way Spain are so fluid, I think they would actually break England down.
Yeah, but all it takes is one team to start. I would prefer to be England than I would be Spain right now, because unless you are... I always think about City with this, where they are good at both, where they can play really expansive football, but then they can just shut a game down and make it really, really dull and just almost consume any sort of excitement out of a game by stifling the opposition. And I think we have got that in us, whereas I don't necessarily think Spain could stifle us in the same way.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I always think it's backwards that people were saying it after Slovakia and Switzerland wins, or even when we were about to play Italy and Switzerland beat them in the end, they were like, "Oh, we'll play better against a good team." And when I hear that, I sort of go, "Well, that's not true. Good teams will be more of a challenge." But actually, the first half against the Netherlands last night, I sort of showed that. And like Southgate said, it was they offered us more space because they wanted to play more, and that's where Foden got a lot more joy. Mainu got played really well. Saka was one-on-one a lot more than he has been, and Bellingham at points sort of managed to sort of get in good spaces. The only thing that was sort of stopping us in the first half was the lack of an overlap on the left side, which potentially is solved with Shaw playing.
Shaw needs to start.
Listen, good to see Shaw come on and Gareth Southgate play someone in their actual
he
position.
Needs to start. Nice. He has to start on Sunday.
Leave the Southgate slander.
No,
mate, I'm giving him credit. He made us sell after 45 minutes.
It was the way you said it, Joe. It was the way you said it.
Do you think, let's say hypothetically, God forbid we lose on Sunday, do you think Southgate his whole run has been a success, or do you think
100%?
I think you have to look at it as that. I mean, again, we can sit here and talk about how boring the football is until the cows come home, but you cannot argue with 2 Euros in a row, a World Cup semi-final. Yes, the World Cup quarter-final was disappointing, but I think on the whole it has been. I mean, just going back to what you said a minute ago, the one thing that England will have over Spain on Sunday is that they have the fuel of the criticism that's been levelled at them over the last sort of 4 weeks. Spain don't have that. They're not, they're not a complacent team. We've seen them take Germany and France out. There is that fuel that has come from the criticism aimed at England, and I wouldn't be surprised if they harness that. And they'll be absolutely thrilled with how last night went. Yeah. But I think Southgate will also be sat there thinking, fucking
bring it on.
Yeah, it's a super weird one. It's a super weird one. I think you're right in the sense that the fuel has actually brought some of the moments. It's kind of scripted perfectly. I just think if we was to win it, it would be like a script scenario where something mad happens, like last minute or something crazy, and that's the way we win it. But honestly, I don't think we'll
But that's credit. Overall, like the original question was, has Southgate's tenure been a success, whether we lose or whether we win? And I think relatively, you have to look at where he started and go, we are now tournament favourites or tournament competitors in every single tournament we go into, and not in the sort of like English way we were previously.
Ibby, what did we have before Southgate? What did we have under Capello, under Hodgson, under fucking...
It was hope based on no real substance.
Okay,
it was...
cool. I get it. You guys are right, but also if you get to this many finals, semi-finals, guys, you have to win something. You have Italy got knocked out the group stages. One got knocked out the group stages again.
First one is the hardest, though. It's always the hardest. Like we've said it with Arsenal and in the Premier League season.
Klopp at Liverpool.
Yeah, and getting over that line the first time is so hard. And it's a mentality thing.
Anyone can win a cup final, and like teams are allowed to play really badly and just find clutch moments to pull themselves through. That is what England have done. I get what you're saying in that you would hope getting as a nation that doesn't get to the finals of major tournaments, you would hope to win them. But at the same time, as Ben said, if you look at where we were at before and this weird God-given right that we thought we had to be good at football, and the lack of progress that we made under so many managers, that actually progress is success at this point, and we have absolutely 100%. Had it. I don't think, shock, that Gareth Southgate is the right man for England going forward. And, you know, he's already said himself it's basically done that he won't be anymore. But I think you do have to give him credit in that, I mean, before Southgate, I could have only dreamt of watching England in 2 European finals in the space, like on the trot. That's absolutely mad.
Man, you're so right in that sense. I feel like it's such a weird. I feel like the fact that he has the players at his disposal helps a lot more as well.
Yeah, of course it does.
He's adapted to each different squad he's had. If you take each tournament has been so different for us. Where like 2018, if you look at the 11 he played with, we talk about having an easy route to the final and we lost to Croatia, but actually we weren't a great side. Like if you look at some of the careers post that tournament, like he did very well with a relatively average squad of players, and then the other tournaments he's had increasing sort of talent in that squad. And this one, people I've seen so many like, oh, England got lucky, and we sort of said it was like, but it's Southgate building around and relying upon the talented players in his squad to come up with these clutch moments. Like we don't talk about Ancelotti like Real Madrid are lucky. We talk about the eyebrow and the aura. And just because Southgate wears M&S waffle knit zips means he doesn't have aura, but actually he's still doing it's the same formula. It's right, I've got Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka starting. I can bring on Tony, Watkins, Palmer, and he knows that these players make a difference. And he has used subs really wisely throughout the tournament.
And this is the first tournament that he's had with this squad. It's probably going to be the only tournament that he's had with this squad. And it will be up to whoever is the next England manager to make sure that these young players now bed in. And, you know, there are certain players that we haven't seen play as much as we would have liked. You know, lots of people have said, why isn't Trent starting? Why isn't Cole Palmer starting? Why isn't Ollie Watkins starting? This, that and the other. That will happen with whoever the next manager is. Those players will be bedded in. How much time do you get with a squad before, like every year as an international manager? Few weeks, 4 games,
less
5 games.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
And most of that was
Jude Bellingham was playing in a Champions League final a week, 10 days before.
I don't know, man. It's such a techie one. Let us know in the comments below what you think the scores on Sunday are going to be, because we need to bring this beautiful trophy back to England.
Let's go around, Ben.
I think it will go to extra time, and I think we'll nick it.
Really?
Yeah, I think we'll nick it in extra time. I don't think it'll go to penalties. I think it'll be a Southgate sub that does it, and he'll secure the knighthood.
Ibby?
Unfortunately, I'm going to put this down. I don't think it's going to come home. I feel like that's just me preparing for the worst.
Yeah. I think my heart says England, my head says relatively comfortable Spain.
Comfortable?
Well, 2-0, I think.
Knows ball.
2-0, I think.
That's all we have time for today, guys. Let's end on a good one. We're going to bring this home. Thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on Monday with this trophy. Thank you.